Calls me in order. February 16th, roll call please.
Mayor Anderson.
Here.
Troy Boone.
Here.
Gerald Deline.
Here.
Troy Doden.
Here.
Art Shaw.
Here.
Lisa Swagan.
Here.
And Mike Peterman.
Hello.
Is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
Doden moves to adopt the agenda. Second.
By Doden and second to adopt the agenda. Any discussion? All fair say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda is adopted. Minutes for February 1st were sent out. Is there a motion to approve the February 1st, 2021 minutes?
Doing so moves. Boone second, sorry.
Motion by Doden and seconded to approve the February 1st, 2021 minutes. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all fair say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes approved. No visitors or reports. Department head report. Ben Ryder.
Good evening. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yep.
Perfect. Hello, Mayor Anderson, City Council members. I know it's hard to think about golf during this polar vortex, but I do see the weather warming here in the 40s here coming up, so hopefully the snow will melt and we can get this season started. I'm here tonight to propose some new golf rates and also to discuss our affiliate Great Life proposal. First up, I'd like to propose we increase our golf cart rental rate by $2. So this would make our 9-hole rental $12 per person and our 18-hole cart rental $18 per person. After benchmarking some other facilities, I feel like this price change seems reasonable. I've got some examples here. Current 2021 prices for Great Life is going to be $14 for 9 holes, so we'll still be $2 less there, and then $22 for 18 holes, so we'll still be $4 less than any Great Life course. Also, the Bluffs current rates are $14 for 9 holes and $19 for 18 holes. So we're still lower there, and then also Glen Ridge is $20 for 9 holes and $25 for 18 holes. Yeah, they're significantly higher than everybody else, so it's kind of shocking to see those rates out of Glen Ridge. But I feel like $12 and $18 is reasonable for us. In 2020, we had 3,224 9-hole cart rentals and 1,840 18-hole cart rentals. With the $2 increase, all things considered, equal, we could generate an additional $6,448 in 9-hole cart rentals and $3,680 in 18-hole cart rentals. So that would be a total of $10,128 in additional revenue. So with one price going up, I'd like to propose another price going down. I think we should decrease the price of our junior cart rental rates. I think we should go to $5 for 9 holes and $10 for 18 holes. That should be anyone, I'm kind of flexible on age there, but I was thinking 12 and under or 17 and under for that discounted rental rate. I just feel like, we're a family-friendly facility. We have a great product, and so, allowing parents and children some more quality time on the golf course, without worrying about a higher cost, I think, would be a good decision for us moving forward. And I do feel too like the amount of juniors that play is not very significant. I don't have the exact numbers for junior cart rentals, but I figure anywhere from right around 100 to 200, because most of our juniors are playing with members, so they're basically locals playing for free. So it would just kind of help some Great Life family memberships come down here for a little bit reduced rate rather than going to the other courses and paying that rack rate. So that's kind of what I proposed for the cart rentals. My next proposal for an increase would be the 10-round prepaid punch card, currently at $120 for 10 rounds of golf. And I think we should go to $140 for 10 rounds of golf. You know, looking at Hiawatha, they have a punch card as well. It's $150 for 12 rounds of golf. So that's basically at $12.50 per 9 holes. And then also River Ridge is $165 for 10 rounds, which is, you know, $16.50 per round. So I kind of think, you know, at $14 per round for 9 holes, I think we're right there in the middle. You know, it reduces their green fee $3 per 9 holes, or they end up saving $30, you know, off of their greens fees for 10 9-hole rounds of golf. In 2020, we did sell 72 10-round prepaid punch cards, generating $8,640 in revenue. So yeah, it's not a significant increase, but it may be just enough to push some of these folks into memberships, because last year there were quite a few that got the punch cards and then they ended up keep using them, you know, and then by like July they had already used 2 or 3 10-round punch cards, and then they'd asked to prorate towards a membership, which I did end up doing for these guests. But I do feel like, you know, that would help alleviate the indecision there for some of our members. Just, you know, get right into the membership rather than the punch cards. So, you know, those are my 2 proposals for the upcoming season. Any questions or comments there before I go into the Great Life proposal they sent us?
We have 2 motions or one.
Maybe a motion for this one, right? Is there a motion for the 2021 golf course fee changes?
That makes a motion to increase the rates as stated by Ben with a card rental and a punch card.
Second.
Motion by Schott and seconded to approve the proposed golf rate changes. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved.
Don't we set those by resolution, Jerry, or do we have to have a resolution or no?
You know, we have in the past. We can write it up as a resolution if you'd like.
I was just curious, I think we've done it both ways, haven't we?
Yeah. We have, when we have them all, we've done them as a resolution in the past. We want just a few.
Doesn't matter to me,
I have a question. We don't make a motion or do a resolution to set the rates for drinks over at the liquor store. Why are we doing it to set golf rates? Why can't Ben just do that with our nod or the city administrator's approval?
I think it's just fine to do it that way, Troy.
I agree.
Doesn't the resolution say too that they can be adjusted?
Just say from time to time.
Something like that. I think it gives the authority to do that.
It sounds like everyone's in agreement with your proposal, however it's done. So, what's your
Sounds
take
good.
on it?
So I guess I didn't catch what Mr. Doden said there. So moving forward, will I be presenting this to you, or just talk with Jerry and my committee moving forward with rates? Well, I guess I didn't catch that all.
I was just questioning why it took council action. We don't approve the drink prices over at the liquor store, or if they want to raise the price for a bottle of liquor from $20 to $22 because costs went up, that doesn't come through this council. So not
Perfect.
sure. I mean, I appreciate hearing it. I just didn't know if we really needed to take action or just,
We do take action on the pool rates, so that
again, why? We don't take action on liquor store prices.
But it's the liquor store's resale, isn't it? The liquor store's resale.
Still city business.
It's not membership though. I think it,
I think that's one that just becomes more controversial than the price of.
But we didn't really change the membership price other than the junior. We're talking about trail fees, not trail fees, but cart rental fees. And
Perfect. Okay.
I just
So
didn't know if
moving
that was
forward,
something that we actually needed to take action with as a council.
I think it's good
I
for you guys
agree.
to take action fully on those type of things, because that's the ones that come back at you all the time.
That way that we're
Take it
showing
on
that
Ben.
we're unified as a council on it and doesn't all fall on Ben.
Right.
I think we.
There you go. I like that.
Good answer, Mike.
Good deal.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Do you all have the proposal in front of you from Great Life?
I don't think we have that. I didn't
No?
see it then.
Okay. Well, I do have it here. You know, their proposal was to take away their per member cost and have it be free. So they're saying free access to Great Life Golf and Fitness members at no charge. In return, the Bridges at Beresford would receive free access to Central Valley, Rocky Run, Fox Run, and Worthington. They'd also receive, members of the Bridges would also receive a 50% off greens fee, a cart fee rental at Will Run and Baker Crossing. So we'd be adding some reciprocity to our members, which increases the value there. So we go from 10 to 16 courses that we have reciprocation with. So I did like the reciprocal, however, I did not like the no charge aspect that they have. And then they said that they would use some of their social media outlets, to promote a tournament and also spotlight us on one Friday. So I just don't think that that value equals that. Now I've got some numbers here. Great Life rounds accounted for 21% of our rounds played in 2020. So we generated $16,040 in green fee revenue. And they claim that 70 to 80% of their members take golf carts, which I do agree. So that would also generate us around $29,000 to $38,000 in cart revenue, depending if they play 9 or 18. So I figured Great Life affiliation in 2020 brought us anywhere from $45,000 to $54,000 in green fee and cart revenue. Like I said, in 2020 we had 3,402 guests, Great Life golfers visit the Bridges. They spent money in the community, the clubhouse, the food and beverage, the golf shop merchandise. So I do value the affiliation. I just feel like their proposal was stretching a little bit too far, and I feel like I've got two counter offers that I'm proposing you tonight. One would be a 6-month contract, so it would be April through September, our busiest months. And if we max out on the amount of players that they would pay us out on those months, we could still generate a max payout of $14,500. So I do like that. However, I think this one is my favorite of the two, asking for a flat rate payout. Anywhere from $12,500 to $13,500. I figure if we give them a little discount on their affiliate payout, with the increased cart rental, it's basically going to be a wash. I figured that if the 70% Great Life rounds played, we still bring in an additional, $4,700 in cart rental. So after we discount off the $16,040 to $12,500, I still feel like we'd come out ahead with one of those two proposals. And I don't want to get to that third one, which would be dropping our affiliate membership with Great Life. Like I said, I still feel like unsold tee times is lost revenue, and they fill tee times. So I do like this affiliation. I looked into a little bit in River Ridge. They discontinued their affiliation in 2020, but their numbers are just so skewed because it was an unprecedented year for golf with the pandemic. Rounds were up significantly, so of course it did benefit them initially, but they still had to increase their advertisement and try and still gather players from outside the community. But after speaking with Jason Studengay, he's the VP of the golf operations. They really like us. They want a win-win scenario. He really wants to keep us. Like I said, we're the second highest of affiliate rounds played. He said, he complimented us for our treatment of their members. He really values the partnership. And so I feel like we're kind of in the driver's seat here to make a counter offer and then kind of see where it goes from there. He's willing to sit into a meeting, Zoom, come down, do whatever to kind of hatch this out. And hopefully, I think we've got another council meeting here March 1st. But with the snow melting and warmer weather ahead, we'd really like to get this hatched out, in a quick manner. So just kind of get some feedback from you and then see how to move forward there. But any questions about the proposal that they gave us and my recommendations and counter offer there?
Counter offer sounds good, Ben. I think I would do the counter offer and see where you get from there. I agree with you.
What would you say if because I know their initiative is to reduce affiliate fees by 50%. As it stood in 2020, if they paid us $4.71 per 9 holes, plus, like I said, if that person got a cart, we'd still generate right around $27 per player for an 18-hole player with that Great Life affiliation. So I still feel like, that's pretty good value there. We're going to be charging $43 off a rack rate, so it is a significant discount. But like I said, I know that they support our clubhouse, food and beverage. So if they go to 8,000, I guess I'm kind of looking for some feedback here on what we feel comfortable settling on if they come back. Because, like I said, they're probably going to say 8,000. But I know that in 2018 and 2019, we generated in each year for, like I said, green fee payout from them. So I don't want to go below 10,000, but is that I just, like I said, trying to see some feedback here. What do you guys think on that?
Well, Ben, I feel like
gals,
return back to a statement you made earlier, bringing people from outside of the community into the community. That's all part of it. Having the golf course, it's a good experience. If they stop and fill up with gas or stop at one of the restaurants to eat, it's a win for the community. Even if we take a little less money at the golf course, the people that we would miss out on having come into the community, an opportunity, maybe as a future resident to move to our community. So I think just figure out a way to make it work and get as much as we can. So
okay,
but I don't think we should walk away from the relationship. I think we need to maintain that partnership with Great Life. I think it's important.
I had a long conversation with Ben the other day about this, or 30 minutes or so probably, wasn't it, Ben? And Ben's got a really good grasp on what he needs to do. I mean, Ben's been out beating the bushes on all these other golf courses, and you said you actually even worked with the vice president of golf for a Great Life or something?
I did, yeah, in 2012, yeah.
So, I mean, he knows the guy, and they know that we know that we're the second highest affiliate for him. And the guy basically told Ben that you guys are sitting in the driver's seat. We're going to kind of have to go along with what you guys want to do a little bit. And we know that, and they know that. So I think, too, Ben should just work on it, get Ben and Jerry. Well, I didn't mean like that. But that those two work on it and then figure out as good a contract as we can with them. And I mean, I completely trust whatever decision you guys come up with.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we're throwing it back in your court there, Ben, to figure out what's best for you at the golf course, what's best for Beresford at this point.
Fantastic. I appreciate that. And, Jerry and I will make sure that we get the contract over to Tom Freeberg. He can kind of look over anything there. And, I'd like to do a 3-year contract if possible. Is that something you guys are all for as well, or should we just go year to year? And the last one was 3 years. It seemed to work out pretty well.
I'd go as long as possible and lock them in.
Yep.
Okay. Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your feedback there.
Thank you, Ben.
Absolutely.
Any questions?
No.
Okay. Elaine Johnson, Finance Office report.
So at your place setting, there should be a copy of the January 2021 financial report. In January, we paid out for the east substation $757,657. And for the fiber to the home project, we paid out $993,973. We also received a grant of $1,000, and it was the 2020 trenching and confined space grant. And so that went into the sewer fund because that's who paid for the equipment. In January, I paid for the fireworks display in July because it just gave us more product if we were to pay for it early. So that came out of the subsidy. And then we also paid payment 5 of 5 for the Toro equipment. And so all of the lawnmowers are officially paid for. I spoke with Greg and he didn't see that we would need to be replacing them anytime soon. He was just maintaining and thought we could have them for a few years yet. I also, in January, paid the work comp renewal of $31,482. And then in March, we'll have our audit and get a refund of most likely some of that back. That was a highlight of January.
I got a couple questions. Just looking at the monthly expense for in January versus the annual, and some that are a little out of whack. This council expenses of $11,000 is that's a sixth of our budget. And then the police department of $54,000, which is like a ninth of their annual budget. So they're just a little out of whack as far as on a 12-month. So just wondering what was extra expenses in there on those two departments.
The council was paid their salaries.
And that's a quarterly thing, so that'll average out.
There was also some dues and membership fees for the South Dakota Municipal League of $5,000 for the council.
All right.
And then which other department did you say?
Police.
Police.
Had a $54,000 expense on a $500,000 budget.
I know the cameras.
That averages out to
We're paid.
$650,000. So I'm just curious what the extra expenses were.
I believe that the cameras for the police. Yeah.
How much were those?
$12,000.
We'll do it right about there.
So all our officers are equipped with cameras now?
Yeah, and one of them broke already. So they're thinking it was a manufacturer's error. So
That's warranty?
Yeah.
Good.
Definitely.
Okay. Thanks.
Is there a motion to approve the January financials?
Doden moves to approve the financial report for January.
Second.
Motion by Doden, seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Review board.
The next item is mainly for your information only. At the March 15th council meeting, we will be having the Board of Equalization meeting. Just a heads up. There will be a representative from the school. The school is going to be having a school board meeting the same night, but they thought that they could get one of the representatives here on time. But I will be traveling to Canton and Elk Point next week sometimes to pick up all the paperwork so people can come in and start filing their claims. So if there's any questions, you can start sending them in probably the end of next week if anyone wants to appeal their taxes.
No old business, moving on to new business, considering ordinance 2021-01 regarding electric utilities in the city of Beresford.
Mike Anderson visited with me a little bit, so I had Tom put together a change to an ordinance. We have been setting our rates for underground service for new customers at the same fee at least since 2013. We currently charge $250 for the meter, hookup, and $2.50 for each foot of underground service. So we want to change that as of July 1st, 2020. Any new residential meter must have a disconnect switch at the meter socket, which is added cost, add to our cost. So right now, we're not even breaking even, so we want to be able to update that. But we would rather do it by resolution than changing an ordinance. We've done that with most all of our fees anymore, to either set them by resolution, so it can be done in a more timely fashion. The second one is, again, just another rate, and that was in the electric ordinance. It talks about temporary service fees. Right now, we charge for residential just on a temporary basis that we have to haul all this stuff out, set them up, hook them up for $75. If we want to change that fee, we can do that now by resolution. And same on commercial. We're currently charging 3-phase, $150 for the hookup fee, and a single phase is $100 for the hookup fee. So just trying to make those cost rates a little bit closer to what our costs are for providing those services. And when the new fees are set, we'll have to do it by resolution according to the ordinance that we have. So we'll be bringing back some rates and new rates or fees that we'll ask you to charge. So this will be a first reading. If you're okay with that, we'll just put it on the first reading. We'll do a second reading at our next meeting, and we'll hold it at that time.
So we don't know what you guys want to propose for that yet?
You can add a little bit to it, but we'll have that in a resolution form for you. I'm not exactly sure, but it'll be 100 to 150, then another maybe $1.50 more per foot. So it's not, they're not big numbers, but it's just trying to recoup our costs.
Right.
Our wires went up 3 times compared to what we used to pay for it.
Is there a reason why we can't make a little money on these hookup fees? Why do we have to break even?
Yeah. We'll look at that a little closer.
Okay.
I don't have exactly what those numbers are right now, but Mike will put that together for you.
Okay.
You should actually shop that around and find out what electrical contractors are charging for that service. They're probably charging $5-6 a foot underground.
We bring it to the meter, so we usually set the meter up. We bring it in, and then they take it from the meter into the house on new construction. So.
Right, but you charge the homeowner for all of that.
Yeah, and that's the fees that we're gonna have. So when they come in, they wanna set up their account. The girls wanna know what to charge them, so.
No, my point is what would the electric company or K&M Electric or whatever charge for the same services? It's a follow-up to Mike's question. Why does it have to be a break even? Shouldn't there be a little buffer built in there so that we don't lose money the next time there's a
We'll bring that to you, yeah. And then when I talk to Michael, we'll try to bring up something so that we at least.
We don't want to gouge their taxpayers, so I mean, it's their tax dollars working for them, but at the same time, you know, it's hard on the equipment and.
Yeah, we can do.
Dokey.
This is first reading, so. Next item is resolution 2021-03, authorizing the guarantee of a loan by Beresford Parks, Rec, and Community Education for the baseball field.
I think this is setting up the $70,000 that we had talked about at the last meeting. Tom drew up the resolution, which was discussed pretty extensively there, so if you're okay with that, we just need to have a motion to authorize Nathan to sign.
So I make a motion for resolution 2021-03, authorizing guarantee of loans for Beresford Parks, Recreation, and Community Education, as Jerry Simon stated in the closed packet with the contract that Freeburg approved.
Motion by Schott, seconded to approve resolution 2021-03. Is there any further discussion?
So we're just basically co-signing, right?
Go for the discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Pay request number 4. In the amount of $132,594.46. Is there a motion to approve?
Dillon moves to approve pay request number 4 for the 115 kilovolt transmission line for IES Commercial Inc. in the amount of $132,594.46.
Second.
Motion by Doden and seconded to approve pay request number 4 from IES Commercial for the 115,000 volt transmission line in the amount of $132,594.46. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Application for refund of property taxes.
Yeah, we received this from the Union County on a parcel at 106 North Fifth Street. And they've applied for a rebate of $62.58. They don't give you exactly what it was, but it was either a tax assessment fees for the elderly or disabled. But and then she must have missed the deadline for filing for that. But so we just need to go ahead and sign off on that if you're okay with giving that person $63.58 of taxes back.
So we need a motion for that?
We do, yep.
What was the rebate?
$63.58.
They're rating the value of the house down to like $3,670. As you get older, you can apply for a freeze to the assessed value. And she had not done that, so they've done that now, and then that would help me give her that small rebate back.
So in the motion, it should probably just say the partial number.
I'll put the parcel in there.
Lee makes a motion to accept the tax abatement refund for partial number 02.04.07.1010
Chad second.
in the amount of $63.58.
Chad second.
Motion by Dwayne and seconded to approve the application for refund of property taxes to parcel 0204071010. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Review wages for Planning and Zoning Commission.
You want me to start, Jerry?
Yeah, well,
So after our last council meeting, we discussed annual wages for the council and the mayor, and I had noticed that looking at the numbers, the Planning and Zoning Board had not received a pay raise in years.
I can't even remember. The last thing we did was we just guaranteed that they'd make $600 a year, or $50 per meeting, even if they didn't miss one or two. So they got paid for the month, even though they might not have been able to make the meeting.
So I guess I had asked to have it put on the agenda just to discuss some kind of a increase for the Planning and Zoning Board members. You know, we give annual increases to our part-time workers, and these guys, or these people that are doing this, I feel are just as good at their part-time job as they are any other part-time employee that we have for the city. So I guess with that being said, I talked to Jerry a little bit, and to make it easier for the finance office to calculate out in a 12-month period, I guess I'm proposing to go to annual salary of $720 per planning and zoning member. That's my thought.
Not me. You were on the planning and zoning for a while, like you understand what's going on there, right?
Yeah, I was on it before I got on the council, yeah.
Things are getting a little busier now than
I think,
before.
yeah, they're definitely doing more with
Yeah.
the amount of building and renovations that are going on, so.
Yeah,
I think it's just a fair change for them guys, or those employees. So hopefully they would stay on and do those jobs for us.
Would you be including like a $10 increase per meeting then, for a special meeting?
For a special meeting?
So would you go to 60 then?
So we would go to 60 then for that, okay.
And they probably
But
have
they don't
one
have-
or 2 a year, so
2 a year?
at the most usually.
Yeah, we can do that too, we can give them
How many are on it?
Just 5. 5.
And they're making $600 a year?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
for 1 meeting a month.
You know, they get calls sometimes during the month. Some people call them for information.
We all do. as we all do, so. I mean, we can have other discussions about it, but I'm just proposing that. I guess we can start it out as a motion and then we can discuss it further if you want.
So we get this straight, 720 and then 60 for the specials.
Correct.
That's fine. You can make a motion, I'll second it.
All right, I'll make the motion. That makes a motion to, increase the planning and zoning board members to 720 annual salary and a $10 increase to $60 for any special meeting.
Shot second.
Motion by Doreen, seconded to increase the planning and zoning wages to $720 annual and $60 for special meeting. Is there further discussion?
I have a question. Where's that money from?
Where's it coming from?
Yeah,
Their budget?
their budget?
And their building, the building permits that,
We bring in about 20,000 fees probably a year for building permits.
So if we gave them, I mean, they're doing a good job. And they only should be getting busier if we're gonna try and get as much housing as we can get here. I mean, so we're literally raising it $600 a year. Total. Maybe 700.
I don't know how involved are their meetings. Are they short meetings, long meetings? They're still a meeting.
it depends. I mean, I was on it, sometimes they were 30 minutes, and sometimes they were an hour and a half. I mean, I think in the summertime, they're definitely more busy.
I wouldn't do it for $50 a month.
And having, a lot of times these folks who are on this meeting, or on this commission, are also spending a lot of time driving around, checking stuff out.
Yeah.
Phone calls.
I wouldn't have heartburn if it was 1,200 or 900 a month, a year. I mean,
You want to amend it? Go ahead and amend it.
well, hang on, we're still talking about
He's ready to second whatever you're gonna do.
I was thinking 900, that's $75 a meeting.
I mean,
Taking the name, right?
it's,
I just wanted to have a discussion, is what I just wanted.
I
And
appreciate that.
I mean, I only talked to one planning and zoning member just to ask them what they had been seeing with, you know, the meetings. And, you know, of course, this time of year when it's freezing outside, nobody's doing anything, so their meetings are really short. But come this summer, so.
but they're the guys that, they're not gonna care if it's 600 or 720 or 900. They're doing it to do it, and they're doing it to be decent.
So if we give them a raise, can we guarantee they don't bring anything before us? They just decide.
I mean, I honestly wouldn't have any heartburn if it was $900 or even 1,200.
Are you looking to get back on that, Gerald?
I've done my civic duty. If you want to amend it, go for it.
So what do you think, Troy? Either Troy.
I was thinking 900, that's $75 a meeting, that's a 50% increase. And if we haven't done an increase for quite some time, it's probably long overdue.
So yeah, that's a motion or an amended motion.
Are you amending?
I move that we amend the original motion to $900 annually per planning and zoning board member and a rate of $75 per special meeting.
There's a motion to amend the original motion, increasing the wages to 900 annual, 75 per special meeting. Any further discussion on that?
When would you like this effective?
When's the easiest to be effective if it's approved?
The next payroll?
Are they paid monthly?
No, quarterly?
So they're paid quarterly, just like the counselors.
How about we make it effective whenever you deem that he's the best and cleanest way for your record keeping?
Would that mean backtracking into the first of the year?
So I was gonna say, are they paid maybe you can educate me on how we're even paid. Are we paid January through March on the first one in April? Or are we paid ahead of time?
You're paid behind.
We're behind. So if we retroactive theirs till January 1st, they would get that on
Yeah.
the first one in
think
April.
I think we have paid them. I think we paid them in February.
Also, they're not on the same schedule as
No.
us. Well, if you already paid them February, then just make it effective tonight.
The next meeting, or the next meeting.
Yeah.
Are you amending my motion, or are you, or you want me to amend?
She's clarifying.
My amendment to the original
Just
motion.
clarifying.
Clarifying,
Getting context.
getting details.
Testing ground on this one, we're gonna make it
Your
as
fault.
possible. With a small little book back here.
So, Do we have to vote on the amendment first, or do we vote on the original motion first?
Amendment.
Okay. Any further discussion on the amended motion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Amendment is approved. Back to the original motion, right?
Do you have to vote on that?
Sorry for making this so clean.
Yeah, I think you were first voting to amend the motion and then you actually call the vote on the amended motion.
So the amendment to the motion is approved. So the original motion would be to increase the wages with the amendment at the rate of 900 per year and 75 per special meeting. Any further discussion on that? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Something was approved.
Maybe so.
Sorry for muddying the water.
Can't be really good.
Next item, authorization to advertise for asphalt surface treatment chip sealing. Is this where we should go up for a contract?
Yeah, it'll be over 50,000.
Is there a motion to authorize advertising?
Dode so moves.
Johnson.
Motion by Dolan, seconded to authorize asphalt surface treatment chip sealing. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Is a motion to authorize the advertisement for sub-base materials.
Yeah, well, just one thing on there, it's not gonna be over the $25,000, I just talked to Jeff a little bit. So what he suggested is we would get a couple quotes on this. Last time we had some bids and we had to reject a low bidder because their material, we spent quite a bit of time going over there checking the material and didn't meet our specs. But then he said he could mix a few more of this, this, and this and make it work, so we were concerned about the quality of that. So we would just assume, just get some quotes from the people that have provided us with the correct materials from the past, so we don't have somebody out there. It's a small amount, it's $11,000 or less than what we'll spend on it, so.
And this is
So then we don't have to get bids.
We don't have to get bids, no.
We
We used to use quite a bit more.
Say we go find material that we approve of and then just find out what it's gonna cost.
We don't need to.
And we don't need to get bids.
This is the stuff under the
We
chip
don't need to
seal.
authorize.
No, this is stuff like we use on gravel roads.
Oh, okay.
So it's just built potholes through gravel roads.
Okay.
It's cheaper this week, Dollar General or Fiesta on your butt light, that's what we're doing. Is there the same price and the same,
What?
same on the sheet package?
Where are we going?
You said gavel there, you said gavel.
I don't know what
Oh, another camera.
Drawing a
I was
comparison.
sitting there laughing at Troy.
And it's on YouTube.
Jane back in
That's
Austin.
swirl, get it?
Next item, part-time custodian hire for the Beresford Public Library, and there was a name listed of Maria Garcia at the rate of $10.15 an hour. Is there a motion to approve the part-time hire for Maria Garcia at $10.15 per hour?
Should I make a motion for part-time hire for the Beresford Public Library, as the mayor stated, for $10.15?
Swag second.
Motion by Schott and seconded to approve part-time custodian hire at $10.15 per hour for Maria Garcia. Any further discussion?
Where does it fall into our part-time wage scale?
At the beginning,
Right in line?
Mhm.
Okay.
That was
Does
the
Jane have
question,
anything to add
thank
to
you.
this?
do you have any?
Yeah. Do you have anything to add?
I guess the only thing that I would add is when you're always looking at part-time wages and things, that it's tough to find somebody that's willing to come in for an hour or two to clean toilets, scrub floors, and then get $20. So I know it's hard. I know it affects all departments. I'm sure it's hard to find somebody at the recycling to do that too, but I just wanted to throw in that comment. That's all, just, it's hard. I don't think anybody cleans houses for under about $20 an hour.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Opposed? Approved. Hiring full-time general manager for BMTC. So there was a job description as well.
I had Todd Bell helped me update that. So it's a draft in front of you. There's a few things that we'll add towards the end of just that we put at the end of each of our job descriptions. But that's the primary information. Something that Austin wanted. Austin, have you had a chance to look at that?
I don't think he's on.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I looked at what Todd had
Okay.
for, today, so.
And you're okay with all that information in there?
Yes, what Todd had, what I saw this morning, I was okay with that.
Should we need to accept this job description before, or just?
I think as long as we're okay going forward, I mean, that's kind of what you wanted to make sure that what you have. I'd rather put that on the agenda to accept it at the next meeting in a more detailed form. But if everything else looked okay, then we can go ahead and do that. And I think Austin has agreed that he would accept with that updated job description.
So we move both those to next meeting?
Yeah.
Move this higher?
You want to move the hire?
Well, that's what I was asking. Are we talking about?
No, I think just the job description, but I think we can move forward with the hire. You ready?
Do we need a motion in for?
So I'm gonna make a motion to hire Austin Hanson for full-time general manager at BMTC at the rate of $88,000 per year.
Second. Starting date.
Starting,
Todd's last day, which is March.
19th.
is it, okay, yeah, sorry,
You would take over March 19th.
March 19th at 5:01 PM. Or whatever it's on, yeah.
Marsh, or do you still second that motion?
I did. Yes, sir.
Motion to approve the hiring of Austin Hanson as the general manager for the MTC at the rate of $88,000 per year effective March 19th. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion is approved.
Congrats, Austin.
Discussion items. You said something about power again.
Yeah, I think
We're gonna lose power.
yeah. You know, if you guys know what's going on with all the rolling power and all that kind of stuff here today, and we had quite a few go-rounds throughout the day with the wondering, people calling wondering if it's going to affect us or not. And I think Elaine and the gals field has been pretty well, but it seemed like about every 15, 20 minutes we were getting a new update. I forwarded a lot of that information on to you guys. We were in a stage 3, which I think was more of the more serious of the outage potentials, and now we're down to stage 1. So we're definitely not out of the woods yet, but it looks like it might be a little bit less than what we thought would happen over the next couple days. But it all depends on weather again, and so be prepared. We have not been notified, and over a million did have notification that tomorrow they might be off between 6 and 7:30 in the morning. Maybe 45 minutes on one part of town and 45 minutes on another. WAPA is the one that will actually basically just turn the switch coming into Beresford off. Whichever feed you're going to have, they'll just shut it off. So we don't even know who it would affect. I've been talking to a couple of businesses in town, and obviously they're pretty concerned about if their machines get shut down at 7 o'clock. Well, after their all the ships arrive, they'd rather just close it down themselves rather than have a hard slowdown. But we don't know. So if somebody asks you, we don't know. If we know more, we'll let everyone know as soon as we do. I mean, we'll call all the big businesses. It affects everybody in certain ways. So we'll keep monitoring. If we don't hear, that's good news.
Everybody shut their power off. They're all their lights off tonight.
Yep. Let your furnaces off. What fireplace is going?
Is there a motion to approve Chief Sheriff attending the Chief Sheriff and Police Chiefs Convention?
Bill moves to approve travel request for Chief Schroeder.
Second.
Motion by Doug and second to approve the attendance of the Sheriff and Police Chiefs Convention. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Approved. Is there a motion for payment of bills?
Doug moves, we pay the bills.
Motion by Doug and seconded to authorize payment of bills. Discussion. All in favor say aye. Opposed? Approved. No further business for the council. Meeting adjourned.
Forgot to call. Did you anticipate to start from there?
Well, I was wondering what happened to you on Friday.
Well, I got another call from work phone, so I had to go.
Texas, and I was told
I
that.
Alright, I had to go get it.
They've been out, a lot of them have been out of Lake City since, Sunday night.
So,
So the